Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training video. We're here in Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and we're looking at two types of fire escapes. Great training class right here. The first one is, let's do the easiest one first. Here's a ladder that runs all the way up to these windows. The ladder's legal. The way it's here, it's illegal. You need balconies underneath every one of those windows to let the people come out and get on the platforms, and then once you're on the platform, then you can access the ladder, come down to the ground. So this is illegal right here, what's happening. So now let's look at, let's say there were platforms here. Let's take a look at the rest of the ladder. Original hardware on the ladder, rivets. The growth on the rivets is still there and they haven't cleaned it out. If you look up, original square head bolts into the building. So these are still the original. And if you can see, some they haven't been sealed, so water has been getting in there. So this is an original ladder, all original hardware, and usually these are 50 to 75 years old. So minimally you should have seen some evidence of rebolting. They've been painting it. Somebody 5, 10, 15 years ago wrote a scrape and paint violation on this, and that's what they got. They got a scrape and paint violation. Another ladder very similar to it. Look at all the platforms that are next to it. So why that one doesn't have, there's no way you can climb out that window and grab that ladder without putting yourself in danger, and you could fall. So platforms just like these need to be there in order for you to access the ladder. That's the law. Now let's take a look at the rest of this fire escape here. Couple things right off the bat. They did paint it, so 5, 10, 15 years ago they got a scrape and paint violation on this, and they did just that. The next thing I'm looking for is evidence of repair, maintenance. This thing is 50 to 75 years old. I got to see one hex head bolt somewhere. I got to see some evidence of repair somewhere. I see all original hardware. All original rivets are still on this fire escape. No reinforcement of any of them. No changing of any of them. I can still see rust lines in some of the connections. I can see growth in some of the connections of the gussets. Another thing that I see that's very troublesome is look at all the stain. That water stain, that cement, that rust stain coming down the walls is an indication that the fire escape, the water has been penetrating into the building, and where the iron and the connection goes in, look it up there. Look how much rust stain is coming out of that up there. That's an indication that all those connections have been compromised into the building. So those need to be verified and or duplicated now, because none of these connections into the building have been verified. And with all that evidence that of the rust and the tearing, it's an indication that we have problems. So right now the fire escape is structurally painted, but it's not structurally sound. So the law requires that it must be painted, it must be structurally sound. This fire escape here is not structurally sound. It needs a professional evaluation. Never write a scrape and paint violation. Always write a repair, paint, and test violation on all your fire escapes from now on, and that will make the fire escape be tested by a structural engineer or others qualified to inspect fire escapes. And that will cover the violation for repair. Paint means once it's painted, you should seal all the joints with 50-year silicone. Test means that if the fire escape comes back with a good to excellent rating, load testing could be waived at the discretion of the fire marshal. Again, this fire escape has structural issues, all evident from what we see here. If you have any questions, give us a call at firescapeengineers.com, 866-649-0333, or visit our website at firescapeengineers.com. You can also visit our YouTube channel, Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training, and this and hundreds of other videos like this nationwide show you what to look for and what to see when you're writing fire escape violations on whether the fire escape is shiny or not, or whether it's fully rusted. And usually it's structural. Look for evidence of structural maintenance, and this fire escape has no evidence of any structural maintenance on this 50 to 75 year life. Give us a call if you have any